You think the stock market is fair. You think when you place a trade, the only person on the other side is another investor. You're wrong. Every time you buy, every time you sell, someone is quietly making money from your move. Not a broker, not a fund manager, a shadow economy built to profit from you, and most people have no idea it exists. Why it matters now. Let's be honest, markets have never been this fast. Orders executed in milliseconds, algorithms scanning every price change, trillions move across invisible networks before you can even click buy. And last year, market makers, those hidden intermediaries, made more profit from retail trades than ever before, not by picking stocks, not by making the market more efficient, but by exploiting the very system you thought was yours. This isn't theory, this isn't a conspiracy, it's math, and it's everywhere. Who are market makers? Imagine a mall. You want to buy a rare sneaker. You can go to the shop, or you can go to someone who always has that sneaker at a price they set. That's a market maker. In finance, they're the middlemen. They provide liquidity. Without them, trading would stall. Prices would jump wildly. That's the good part. Now the uncomfortable part. Their profit comes from a tiny, almost invisible spread, just a few cents per share. But multiply that by millions of trades, by every retail investor in the US, Europe, Asia, and suddenly those pennies become billions. The mechanism. Here's where it gets tricky and fascinating. Every time you place a market order, it doesn't just go into the public exchange. Often it's routed to a market maker. Not randomly, not because it's best execution, but because they pay the broker to send it there. This is called payment for order flow. So you think you're trading with the market, but in reality, your order becomes a tiny bet in someone else's game. They know your move before most others do, and yes, they profit even when you lose. The numbers. Let's break it down. In 2023, retail traders in the US executed roughly 20 billion trades. Market makers collected an estimated $6 to $7 billion in payment for order flow alone. That's profit from your clicks, your money, your trust. Meanwhile, research shows retail traders underperform the market by small, consistent margins. Sometimes it's luck, sometimes it's math designed to edge you out. Hype versus reality. Social media says trading is easy. Apps promise no commissions, free trading, freedom. But here's the irony. The free trade is rarely free. Every trade carries a hidden cost. Sometimes it's a fraction of a percent. Sometimes it's the difference between a win and a loss. And the people profiting aren't your app, aren't the media gurus. They're the invisible middlemen, the market makers. And they've been profiting quietly for decades. You just never noticed. Bigger implications. Why should you care? Because this isn't just about one trade. It's about how the system shapes risk. High-frequency trading, dark pools, liquidity rebates. These mechanisms change the way markets behave. They amplify volatility. They punish slow-moving investors. They even influence the strategies of hedge funds. In other words, your trades don't just generate fees. They help construct the very market you rely on, and that market is designed, mathematically, to favor the house. The uncomfortable truth. Here's the punchline. Markets feel random, they feel fair, but in reality they are carefully engineered. Algorithms, spreads, and order routing create a landscape where every retail move is measurable and profitable to someone else. You can win occasionally, you can even beat the market for a day, but the system's design ensures the profit consistently flows away from the average trader. So, next time you place a trade, ask yourself, who is really on the other side? Are you interacting with a market or with a shadow network built to skim billions quietly, invisibly, predictably? And if they can profit from every trade you make, what else in the system is quietly working against you? The market is not a game, but it is a mirror, And right now, it's reflecting a truth most investors aren't ready to face.
Enjoyed this video? Like, subscribe, and hit the bell to level up your money game with Monetary Mentor.